Imagine waking up one morning and feeling like your entire future in the United States could change overnight. Maybe you've worked hard for years, building a life for yourself and your family, and suddenly there's news about immigration rules that makes your heart race. You're asking yourself questions. Will I still be able to work here? What happens to my visa or green card? Can my children's future be affected? If you've ever felt that worry, you are not alone. Today, we're going to break down a very important update for U.S. immigration in 2025. This is urgent information for immigrants already in the U.S. and for those planning to move here. And I promise we'll go step by step in a calm, easy-to-understand way. The U.S. government has announced major changes that will affect multiple areas of immigration. Some of these updates are about processing rules, others are about documentation, and some clarify responsibilities for visa holders and green card holders. Before we dive in, I want you to take a deep breath. This video is designed to make these updates clear and to show you exactly what they mean for you, your family, and your future in the U.S. Let's start with one of the biggest changes, the visa and green card application process. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, is now implementing new standards to ensure applications are processed more consistently. In practical terms, this means that when you submit an application, whether for a work visa, family sponsorship, or permanent residency, officials will carefully review every part of your forms. If something is missing or unclear, your application may be paused for additional clarification. For example, if you are applying for an H-1B visa and you have employment history in multiple countries, the USCIS may request more detailed documents showing your work experience and qualifications. This step might seem stressful, but it is designed to prevent errors and speed up approvals once everything is clear. Another important update relates to work authorization for visa holders. In 2025, the government is emphasizing that work permits, called Employment Authorization Documents or EADS, must be renewed well before expiration. If you let your work permit lapse, even by a few days, you could face delays in employment or legal complications. Imagine a nurse working in a hospital or an IT professional in a tech company. If your EAD expires and your employer cannot verify your legal status, you may not be able to continue working until it is resolved. That's why it's crucial to track all dates carefully and submit renewal requests early. Family sponsorship rules have also been updated. The government wants to make the process more transparent for spouses, children, and parents of U.S. residents. Previously, many immigrants experienced confusion about timelines and documentation. Now, USCIS has clarified what documents are required for proof of relationships and what evidence is acceptable. For instance, if you are sponsoring a spouse, you must provide proof of your marriage, joint financial responsibilities, and shared living arrangements. For children, documents like birth certificates and school records may be requested to confirm relationships. This may feel detailed, but it is designed to prevent delays and ensure applications are handled correctly. A very practical part of the update is about travel for immigrants with temporary visas or green cards. The U.S. government is now more actively monitoring departures and arrivals to verify your status. For example, if you have a conditional green card and leave the country for more than 6 months without the correct documentation, it could impact your ability to re-enter the U.S. This is especially important for families who travel frequently or have children studying abroad. The guidance now clarifies exactly what forms are needed for travel, how long you can be outside the U.S., and what additional steps must be taken if your stay is extended. There are also new requirements for dual citizens. If you hold citizenship in the U.S. and another country, the government is emphasizing transparency in your applications and renewals. You may be asked to declare all other nationalities you hold and any obligations you have to foreign governments, such as taxes or mandatory service. This doesn't mean you cannot have dual citizenship, but officials now need to understand your full obligations to ensure there are no conflicts. Think of it as keeping all your records clear and organized so your U.S. status remains secure. Let's talk about security and background checks. In 2025, USCIS has refined the way background checks are conducted. These checks will now cover employment history, education, criminal records, and any international activity more thoroughly than before. For example, if you worked in multiple countries or had professional licenses abroad, officials may request additional verification. While this may seem detailed, it is meant to protect you and the U.S. by ensuring that all information is accurate and verifiable. Many immigrants have expressed relief that clear instructions are now available, instead of vague or inconsistent requests from officers. Processing times are another area where the new rules aim to help. The government has standardized review procedures for certain visas, work permits, and green cards. This standardization is expected to reduce delays caused by inconsistent processing in different offices. Imagine you submit a family sponsorship application in New York and someone submits a similar application in Los Angeles. Previously, processing times could vary significantly. With the new updates, USCIS aims to make timing more predictable, which helps families plan better for moving, work, and schooling. Another critical update involves children born abroad to U.S. citizens. The rules now clarify when a child automatically acquires U.S. citizenship and when parents must apply for official recognition. For parents, this means you no longer need to guess about documentation or timing. The government has made it clear what forms are necessary, how long processing may take, and what steps to follow if there are discrepancies. This clarity gives families peace of mind and helps protect the legal status of children born outside the United States. Finally, the updates remind everyone that honesty and organization are key. Keeping your documents up to date, accurately reporting your information, and following guidelines carefully can prevent problems before they arise. The government has stressed that these updates are not about restricting immigration. They are about improving transparency, security, and efficiency. Whether you are a student, a worker, a parent, or planning to become a permanent resident, understanding these changes helps you stay informed and prepared. Remember, the 2025 immigration updates may seem complex at first, but breaking them down step by step makes them much easier to manage. Make a checklist for all your documents, note expiration dates for visas and work permits, and double-check your forms before submitting. By staying organized, you reduce stress, prevent delays, and secure your future in the U.S. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful and gave you clarity on the 2025 immigration updates, please subscribe to our channel, Legal Focus USA. We provide reliable, step-by-step immigration news, legal guidance, and updates for people around the world. Your support helps us continue creating content that makes your immigration journey safer and easier. I look forward to guiding you again in the next video.